So we're going to go ahead and look at a video of a man who happened to propose to this woman that he was with. Okay. So now she became his fiance. Why in the world did this man then think to go and stab her to death and now she's dead? The day after he went and proposed to her. So let's go ahead and take a look at this video. All right, so as you all have just seen, so this man went, got down on one knee, proposed to this lady, and then apparently the next day he just decided, well, time to kill her. So I have an article. Let's get into it. It says New Jersey ex-con allegedly stabbed fiance to death a day after publicly proposing to her. Oh my goodness, New York Post. A registered sex offender in New Jersey allegedly stabbed his fiancée to death just one day after sharing a video of him publicly proposing to her. What was the point, before I even get into this, what was the point of proposing to this woman that you claim to love, you claim to care about, only to then kill her? What's the point? Why are we doing this? Jose Melo, 52 years old, was nabbed last week after his wife-to-be, Nikit Janet Trinidad Maldonado, 31 years old, so a 21-year age gap as well, was found dead inside a home in Elizabeth on the 30th of December. The mother of two's body was found after cops responded to reports of a stabbing just after 9 a.m. The grim discovery came after roughly 24 hours after Mello, a local DJ and ex-con, I don't know if you noticed, but on his shirt it also had like DJ Mello, so that was him. A local DJ and ex-con shared footage of him proposing. I just don't get it. That's one thing I really don't understand is if you don't like the person, why are you going out here shacking up with them, having babies by them, doing all types of stuff, living with them, having sex with them, just being in their presence if you don't like this person and you're just going to up and kill them anyways? It was not immediately clear how long the couple had been together. And it says that he was convicted in 2010 of aggravated criminal sexual conduct for threatening a female with a box cutter and sexually assaulting her. It's also something I really just don't get. And this goes for anybody. It doesn't have to be as extreme as this. But this goes for anybody. If you know that X person doesn't like you, doesn't fudge with you like that, why in the world are we hanging out with these people? And this goes for anyone. Like I said, it doesn't have to be as extreme as this in particular. But if we know that, because we have people where we know, okay, this person doesn't really fudge with me like that, but I'm gonna hang out with them anyways. Or I kind of felt the vibe was not right, but it's okay. I'm gonna just keep hanging out. Why are we hanging out with people who we know don't like us? Let's go ahead and look at some of these comments off of Instagram. It says, I heard that she told him no many times to previous proposal, and he proposed publicly to basically embarrass her into saying yes, since it was his only way to manipulate the outcome. I bet she later said no and he couldn't stand it. So if that is true, I'm not sure where this person heard that from, but if that is true, okay. But that's also another thing. Why are you with someone you don't want to marry? Not blaming her, of course, but I'm just saying, like, why are you with someone that you're like, I don't really. It's like, well, why not? I just, it's at that point. I get some people want the companionship. Her body language, she looks uncomfortable, terrified. Well, her body language, I don't know. I seen this was a reoccurring thing that people were saying. I don't know. I don't know. I kind of thought that she was just like, you know how people are nervous? And it was kind of like, oh, well, oh, you know what I mean? It didn't seem like she was like jumping for joy, like, oh my goodness. It was more like oh. Okay. You know what I mean? We got to start judging, applying stereotypes, researching backgrounds, and dating up. We got to stop giving benefit of the doubt, unconditional love, trying to build when he has no tools, and run like he double hockey sticks. Once we realize the red flags, recognize the red flags, and that's something else that I I understand that, because I used to be of the mindset where it was like, oh, well, don't judge a book by its cover. Everyone deserves love, and oh, give people a chance, and oh, I don't do that anymore. So that's one of those things. That's why I'm a huge advocate for, yes, do background checks, y'all. Do background checks. Yeah, where is it? Okay. We're gonna go to my screen down here. So we got this one, and this is for my ladies and men, because both y'all need to go ahead. So they have a mugshot zone website. Now, this doesn't give you every single state, and it does not give you like every single county either, but it's a very useful tool just in case, whatever. All right, so mugshot zone. They got Alabama, Arkansas, Florida is, Florida, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Michigan, Mississippi, Missouri, New Mexico, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, Virginia, Wisconsin. So as you see, it's not every state, but this is a good one to utilize. So mugshot zone. So if you're doing online dating, or even if you do meet someone in person, both people that I was just referring to I met online, should have done my research. Oh, but this is something that is good to utilize. Also, another one is arrest.org. Okay, so here you could pick from different states. Like the other one, I don't think it had New York, but you could get New York on here and whatnot. This one I find to be a little bit more concise. The other one does have more images on there, whatnot, but this one is a little bit more concise. So, for example, let me just do Illinois since this is my home state. And as you can see, they give you the county here, Peoria, La Salle, or whatever, La Salle, St. Clair, Peoria, okay, whatever, right? And then you could go and search by these little determining factors, or you could do first and last name, zip code. All right. So they also tell you here. Now, like I said, it doesn't have every single thing on here, but it has a pretty comprehensive list. So you go up here, since we're now in Illinois, go up to here to these different counties. Now, this one in particular, don't know why it's like this, but they don't have images of people for y'all. Okay, I don't know why, but we could go here, for example, and I do. So, you know, just is what it is. And then they even have the actual like police department website, that you can go to as well. Just please, y'all, I get so tired of seeing these kind of stories. And like the lady said, people are not judging books by their cover anymore. And I'm not blaming her, but I'm just saying, like, if that is true that you said no, 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 you should have just, okay, because there's a reason why you said no, right? I'm sure this person wasn't proposing to you, on the second month, you know what I mean, that you guys have been together. So in that kind of instance, that's where it's a problem. Why is this guy so violent? Looking at his criminal history as well. Ooh, you've put a box cutter up to someone and, raped her. That's not something that you should be okay with. No matter if I don't care how much you love the dude. That's not something you should be okay with. So just for forewarning for both men and women, definitely check out those two sites that I just provided. And yes, if you see something where it's like, okay, yeah, he had kidnapping, mm-mm, mm-mm. I don't care if they say, oh, but it was my kid and they did an amber. There's no reason at all to be kidnapping somebody. No reason at all to be sexually assaulting someone. Okay. Now, different things may be a little different for other people, but overall, if you see the red flags, be like, like, you know what I mean? And that's also the thing. Like this lady said, apply stereotypes. Yeah, like you see, for example, and this is no shade to anybody, but it is what it is. When you see like Ray Rays and Pookies, okay, when we say Ray Rays and Pookies, there are two things: you either look or you act like, okay, or both. So looking like a Ray Ray and Pookie, for example, the person wearing like, the crazy kind of shirts, you got your pants sagging, you got a belt on to sagging pants, okay, you got that kind of stuff going on, you're doing gang signs, all this kind of stuff where you just look like you ain't ish, okay, because this is just a particular look. You look like a gangbanger, just is what it is. All right, now the actions of them: deadbeats, okay, you're not taking care of your kid, not paying child support, you're robbing, you're stealing, you're lying, you're drinking that syrup, all day, all night, you ain't working, you think that stealing from somebody else's work, it's that whole kind of attitude. And then when you look into the jail system, you go and look like, oh, it's a lot of Ray Rays and Poogies in here. You got to start judging them. At some point, you just got to, because at the end of the day, these people, I mean, they're out here just murking people, okay, for nothing. And this dude doesn't look remorseful at all. He's like, okay, you caught me. Ooh, big bad cop caught me. You know what I mean? So this is just where it is. It's upsetting that she ended up losing her life, and I'm not blaming her at all in this situation. I'm not trying to do any kind of victim blaming, but at the end of the day, this is something that people need to be aware of as well. But let me know what you all think about this particular story down below.